After winning the La Liga Academy League title and picking up both the Golden Boot and the Academy Player of the Year award last season, Athletic Bilbao's head coach has called me up for the first team for this season. I'm about to achieve my dream, but can I prove myself as an 18-year-old in La Liga? My name is Romeo Limeracci, and the club have rewarded me with a new contract after everything that happened last season. It's a massive moment for me, and it feels like all those years in the academy have finally paid off. Walking into first team training for the first time was probably more nerve-wracking than any match I've played in the academy. An obvious difference was seeing the fans at the entrance to training. I'd never experienced anything like it before, and I was desperate to impress. You look around the training pitch and you're surrounded by players you've watched on TV for years. Nico Williams, Inaki Williams, Mauro Gonzalez, and there's so many more. And then there's me. I had improved somewhat from my academy days. My finishing had slightly improved, but my main quality was my control. This meant that it was easier to hold up the ball and hold it up for longer. My pace had also took an improvement, but I'm still working on it though, as it's still my biggest weakness. One player who really helped me settle into the first team was Gonzalez. From day one, he made sure that I wasn't sitting on my own at lunch and introduced me to everybody properly. He had also came through the academy just a couple of years earlier. It made settling into the squad so much easier, and we developed a genuine friendship. A few weeks later, we had the club's new kit launch. This was my first media day with the senior squad. Photos, videos, and interviews. It felt strange seeing myself alongside players I'd looked up to in the academy. We packed things up, and the night before the opening game, I packed my bag and got an early night. The stadium was packed, and when we arrived, the manager told me that I'd be starting on the bench. Opening game of the La Liga season, and we see a debut here as Guruzeta comes off for Romeo Limeracci, who makes his debut for Athletic Club. Huge backstory for this player, who was so good, won the Golden Boot in the academy last season, scoring so many goals, and is one of the highest prospects of youth players for Spain. Williams comes in, Romeo Limeracci. Williams now for the shot, and it's a goal! And it is a goal to make it 2-0 to Athletic Club. An assist on his debut here for Romeo Limeracci. Nico Williams Jr., of course, scoring the goal. Cross coming in. Limeracci, a debut goal! Ooh, just wide and so close on his debut, but the final whistle goes and it is 3-0 Athletic Club. Romeo Limeracci makes his debut, Nico Williams scores, and it is a great start to the season here for Athletic Club, who win against Sevilla. After the game, I had my first ever post-match interview. It was incredible to get some minutes and make my debut, a dream come true. Even the Spanish newspapers were talking about me. The season progressed and I'd continued to make appearances off the bench with a handful of starts. Romeo Limeracci is coming on as a sub yet again here, and he impressed with an assist in the last game, and here he's on the ball. He passes the ball into Inaki Williams and he surely shoots, and it's a goal. Romeo Limeracci gets another assist. He is having a pretty good flying start to the season, but he is just looking for his first goal. Yeah, this Limeracci, he's just had his first couple of games for the club and he's doing really well. I mean, he's holding up the ball well. We're just looking for his goal, but he's gotten a couple of assists and he's really helping his team out coming on as a sub. Guruzeta coming off, Limeracci comes in. He comes in with the ball, brilliant ball for Williams. It's a great save. And Limeracci again showing his ability to just hold up the play and help his team with a shot. And so close. Limeracci still looking for his first goal of the season, but we are seeing good performances from him. Yeah, I mean, I think Limeracci, he needs to actually get a bit more game time starting, but we'll see. Limeracci comes in, shoots the ball, a goal! And Limeracci scores his first goal for Athletic Club. He's been a couple of games coming, but the goal has been coming. He finally scores. and he wins the game for Athletic Club 1-0 away at the Mestalla against Valencia. Nico Williams, Europa League debut for Liberace, and he goes for the spectacular. Liberace against Villarreal, good save by the keeper. Liberace, I think he's had a solid start to the season. He's a lot of shots, creating a lot of chances for himself. He's only scored 1 goal, but he is getting goal contributions. He's winning his headers. He's getting a lot of shots away. I think his time will come. I think Romeo Liberace is looking to just improve the team. He's a good centre forward, good hold-up play, and winning headers. He just needs to find the goals, but he's getting the chances. The keepers are just keeping everything out. Liberace takes the penalty for a goal in Europe, but the goalkeeper makes the save, and his luck is just starting to run out a little bit. Romeo Liberace, I think some of the goal contributions have started to dry up, but you feel like the chance will be there. But here, Nico Williams, he comes in, he gives it back to Liberace, and that is just a miss. Liberace now shot outside the box, and it's another save. Liberace, who's just picking up a few more appearances now, but it's difficult for him. It's difficult. Romeo Liberace runs through on goal. He has to score, and he does. And this goal has been coming. My goodness, he's had to wait quite a bit of time, a lot of appearances with no goal, but he finally has that goal in the Europa League. 2 goals this season for him, and he's very, very happy. Liberace, another goal! And Liberace is off to a flyer in this game in the Europa League. Liberace again, shoots, goal! Romeo Liberace scores again. And Athletic Club, very happy, because that is a first ever hat-trick in professional. Hat-trick here for Romeo Liberace for Athletic Club.
Nico Williams and Mauro Gonzalez invited me out for lunch. I had heard about some of the wild partying that Gonzalez liked to do in his spare time, and at dinner, he invited me to a night out. It was literally the day before training, but I wanted to fit in and feel like a part of the squad, so I said yes. But around the same time, another academy player had started making headlines. Hugo Ibarra. Honestly, he was unbelievable. He was scoring more goals than I did the previous season in the academy. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about him joining up with the first team next season and maybe even taking my place if I don't score enough goals. But I put it to the back of my mind, as later that day I met up with Gonzalez to go out in the evening. One drink turned into another, then another. We lost track of time and we left in the early hours of the morning. As we left the club, we realised that we had training in just 5 hours. We had messed up big time. I stayed at Gonzalez's house, and after we slept through 6 alarms, he drove us to training, but 40 minutes late. The manager didn't even need to shout. The look on his face said everything. From that point, it was much harder for me to get game time. The manager was punishing me. Meanwhile, Ibarra was scoring 5 goals in 1 game for the academy. I played a handful more games through the season and kept the partying to a minimum.
Romeo Liberace, he has had a pretty mixed bag of a season. He started really well, playing for Athletic Club. He struggled kind of in the second half of the season. What's your kind of thoughts?
Well, the thing with Romeo Liberace is we've seen in Spain, there's quite a few good young strikers, and look, I think a lot of Athletic Club fans really thought with the way he played in the academy, he'd be coming in and actually just doing amazing. And he actually has done really well in terms of getting himself, his football brain is there, but the goals just haven't been there for him. He scored a couple of goals, and look, it's his debut season, a lot of appearances coming on as a sub, but a lot of improvement needs to be made. And I think, to be honest, I think the partying with Gonzalez, a lot of sort of controversy around that. I think he needs to improve and maybe cut that out for next
I ended
season.
on 6 goals and 4 assists in 19 appearances, though most of those games I came off the bench. A solid-ish first season, but I could have done so much better. A few weeks later, pre-season started again. Walking back into training, I was introduced to a new player in the squad. It was Ibarra. He'd officially been promoted. He outscored my highest tally for the academy, and he was here to challenge for the centre-forward spot. We were competing for the same position. The manager started the season by experimenting with us both. I would play some games and he would play others. The difference being, he was scoring and I wasn't.
Williams now cuts inside, passes the ball on the plate for Ibarra, who scores his debut goal for Athletic Club. Ibarra again cuts inside, and Sevilla have absolutely no answer for Charles Ibarra. Shot there from Limerachi. It's a good save there from the keeper. Limerachi again. Mallorca on the back foot. Oh, but Limerachi misses another chance.
I kept up with going out with Gonzalez. I was using it as a way to bond with a teammate and cope with the fact that I wasn't scoring as much as I was expected to. But it was affecting me on the pitch.
Charles Ibarra is having an incredible season. He is scoring goals left, right and centre. You would think he was a Barcelona or a Real Madrid academy graduate. He is doing so well. But the only issue that we're seeing now, I mean, his quality is so good. I mean, we're talking about Young Player of the Year. He's coming off as a sub a lot of these games, and we're seeing Romeo Limerachi coming on as a sub. But here's the difference. I mean, when Romeo Limerachi comes in, he's not scoring the goals, but Charles Ibarra is playing these games, he's scoring the goals, making the game 1, a 2, a 3-0, and then we're seeing Romeo Limerachi coming onto the pitch and he is missing. I mean, we are seeing woeful efforts on goal. His confidence is so low. And let's be honest, I mean, a lot of Athletic Club fans are just becoming frustrated with this young player because, and it's disappointing because when he came in as an academy graduate that was doing so well. I mean, against Elche, he finally scored a goal. I mean, it's his first goal of the season. We're months into this season. He finally scores his first goal. But at the same time, Charles Ibarra, earlier on in the game, scores 2. Ball in now. Ibarra. He shoots and that's in the top bins. And this youngster is probably the most entertaining young Spanish striker we've seen for a very long time. He's in now. Ibarra, it's another goal. It's another goal and Getafe have no idea what to do. He comes off for Romeo Limerachi. I mean, interesting to see what Limerachi can do in this game. But unfortunately, I mean, Liberace's really struggled this season. He really has. It's been so difficult for him to score goals. I think the fact that Ibarra has been playing so well, it's been so difficult for Liberace to actually come on and make an impact. At the start of the season, he was starting games. Now, he's a sub. He's coming on as a sub. Ibarra puts the ball in, and it's a top bins goal at the Camp Nou against Barcelona. And Charles Ibarra scores yet again. This youngster is making waves. Liberace has come on and he misses another chance. Liberace now shot inside the box and he's off target. So close, and that just sums up this season for Romeo Limerachi.
After a few months into the season, Ibarra had started scoring even more and solidified himself as the first choice striker. Sitting on the bench every weekend slowly became normal.
Charles Ibarra scores again at the weekend, and we are starting to see Charles Ibarra start and finish the games now. We haven't seen Romeo Limerachi start or finish or come on as a sub or anything. We've not seen this player in such a long while, and it shows because every single game we are seeing Charles Ibarra scoring hat-tricks, 4, 5 goals. He is arguably the top 5 strikers in La Liga at this moment in time. Charles Ibarra is this incredible guy. He's scoring so many goals up in La Liga. I think this guy could be the next big thing, and I think the Spanish media are pretty happy about this guy too. I've spoken to a lot of Atleti club fans, and this guy's the real deal, and coming through the academy, he's a Basque guy, he's a local player. I mean, he could literally be in for winning the Ballon d'Or one time in the future. He's amazing.
Eventually, I asked the manager if we could talk. I needed to know where I stood. He told me that he still believed in my ability, but he says that my form has gone downhill and my antics off the pitch with Gonzalez is a huge reason for it. He said I'm young and talented, but I'm way too easily led into bad habits by other players. He said that it might be best to go out on loan and get some regular minutes. Leaving the city and living away from the lifestyle I'm living right now may be the best move for my career. He told me to think about it, as right now there's no chance of getting in the team over Ibarra. Walking out of his office, I didn't know how to feel. Part of me was disappointed, but part of me also knew that he was probably right. I wanted to fit in so much that I just said yes to everything, knowing full well that it could hurt my development. I was naive and it halted my progress. The season finished and I only made 9 appearances with 1 goal and 1 assist. I'll be turning 20 next season after 2 years of playing professionally, but I decided I wanted to go on loan next season to try and get away from the bad influences and reignite my career. But now was the time to wait and see what clubs wanted me. Now, if you enjoyed this episode and want to support the channel further, you can press the join button and become a member of the channel. But most of all, can you please like and make sure you subscribe with the bell icon clicked so you don't miss any more of Romeo Limeracci's story. Thank you.